Hello everybody, this is Mario from the Watch Frame, and today I have a review of the Zelos Eagle 2, a second version of a watch that was first released in 2016. Okay, disclaimer, this is a sponsored review. I received the watch for free from Zelos and I get to keep it. I don't have to send it back. Other than that, they don't have any input in the review. I will tell the positives, the negatives, and my personal impressions. I want to make this review as soon as possible, because this is going to be a limited run of 150 pieces. This is a limited edition. I will leave a link in the description below. Now, let's go and check it out. This is the Zelos Eagle 2, a modern interpretation of a pilot's B-dial type watch. If you have been watch collecting for a while, you have most probably heard of Zelos. This is a company that started as a micro brand, but now we could say it's more of a consolidated brand and enterprise, being mentioned as an example of successful micro brand and a huge following, with some of their designs even copied in some markets. They make limited runs of creative designs, playing with textures, colors, materials, forms, and motifs without forgetting functionality, while using good and reliable movements. These watches are so popular that the limited collections are sold almost immediately. I have to confess that I have always been curious about their watches, and I have been quite a few times interested in getting one. But was kind of taken away because of the limited runs, having to wait and maybe not getting the one I wanted. You know, fear of missing out. But well, finally I have one. About the Zelos Eagle 2. The prior iteration of the Zelos Eagle, the Eagle 1, was a beast in terms of size, with a 42mm case and 16mm high. The new version, while carrying a similar DNA, is quite a different creature, as soon you will see. I have the teal version, covered with gloss enamel, but there are 4 other different dials: aventurine, fat carbon with stripes of gold, Cerakote, and meteorite. I was tempted by this one too. The watch has a striking design. It is a modern or even futuristic interpretation of a pilot-style watch with a B-type dial. Let's see the watch in more detail. Let's take a closer inspection of the watch. First, we are going to measure the weight of the watch, because it is a full titanium case. Let's see how much it weighs. Now let's put in 0, and with strap and everything, it is 79 grams. If I take the strap off, which is quick release, very easy to remove, it is okay, 52 grams. Just for comparison, I'm going to put here, I have the Sharp 017, the Seiko Alpinist, which is full steel, and it's 67 grams, which is 15 grams more. So I'll move this away. Yeah, it's pretty light, but still I can feel the weight of the watch. This is the first time I have a titanium watch, but I'm really liking the way it works. Now let's put it back on. Yes, another important thing about the watch is that the case has a treatment to make it harder for scratches. It's 1200 in the Vickers scale. This 1200 means that it's 6 times stronger than normal steel, so it's going to be a very good daily wearer, because you can be pretty confident you are not going to scratch it in normal use. Besides the strap, which is FKM rubber and very nice with white stitching, this is a pilot's type watch. Also the buckle is titanium, and it's, as you can see, well, before I go to other things, I want to highlight that there are some polishings here in the watch. The rest is like sandblasted. This is a grayish color, but here you have some polishing in the four lugs, which makes a little bit shiny sometimes. Otherwise it doesn't have much polishing. There is some polishing inside the ring, but we'll talk about that later. This is a very comfortable strap, signed by Zelos, with rubber, which means you can take it to the water. And the watch comes with this travel case to be able to carry 3 more watches, or 3 watches in total. With the watch also comes this warranty card, which is very original. It's made of metal with a lot of decoration, and it's perforated, and it's kind of steampunk design. I really like it a lot. The sign is 1 year international warranty by Zelos. It's number 37, and very original. I really like it. Let's see the measures of the watch. The diameter of the watch is 39 millimeters, as you can see. The height of the metal part of the case is 11 millimeters, 10.9, and when we add the box sapphire crystal is 12.9, 12.8. So I would say it's 12.9. The back of the case, we'll show you later, is also sapphire. And the lug spacing is very comfortable, 20 millimeters. The crown is, we can measure 6.7, and it is around 4 millimeters high, 3.9. It's very easy to grip, so to operate we only have to unscrew it. The first position is to wind it. It's a little bit, feels a little bit rough when winding, but it winds alright, so some resistance. The first position is a ghost position because it's for the date, and this watch doesn't have a date. And the second position hacks the seconds, and you can change the hour to whatever time you have to. Now you screw it back, push it a little bit and screw the crown back. Now the case back is also screwed. Give this pilot's watch 100 meters of water resistance. So scratch resistant, water resistance to 100 meters. Very nice indeed. Now let's talk a little bit about the case, because I think the case is very original, very beautiful. You can see the middle case, the lugs are skeletonized. This is probably one of the reasons why this watch doesn't have a bracelet, of course. And the middle case has this pattern of hexagons. As you can see, this goes all through the case. Oh, the crown is signed, as you can see here. And these hexagons go all through the case. This gives this watch a very, I don't know, more than a modern interpretation of a pilot's watch. I would say a futuristic interpretation. This watch could be in a spaceship, equally as well as in a modern jet plane. The dial is spectacular. I think the case is spectacular with this shape, this skeletonized design, but also the dial is, well, this color. This is a blue sunburst kind of fume dial with 2 levels. It has a gloss enamel cover around it, so it's so glossy. It plays with the light all the time in all directions. It has like layers. The first layer of the dial is for the minutes, which are also quite thick, so it adds more depth to the looks of the watch. Then there is this metal central ring, and down there, deeper, it's the dial with the hours. And also the hour and the minutes hand are skeletonized. No matter how you look at the watch or all the times you look, it's always changing, and that dial is beautiful. I mean, you have to take my word for it. In person is amazing. It's just simply astonishing. I don't know if the pictures will make justice to this watch, but you can appreciate how beautiful it is. I'm really enjoying it a lot. So this inner dial with this depth plays very well with the design of the sides with the design of the case in general. And then we can go and check what's on the back. What movement does this watch have? Now, this is a Swiss-made movement. It's a LGP de Jouperet G100, which is a Swiss movement that is kind of a competitor of the ETA 2824 and the Celita 200. More micro brands are using this 4 Hz movement with these 28,800 vibrations. Might have seen from the movement of the seconds hand. What I like about this watch is that although it's unidirectional, the rotor is only unidirectional, and you can sometimes see it spinning, but the decoration of the rotor is beautiful. I mean, this simulates the blades of a reactor engine with the yellow tips. Is beautiful. I find myself many times just taking the watch off to see the rotor on the decoration of the watch. It's a beautiful movement to see through. So I'm not very much for see-through cases because I'm kind of too basic tool watches. But in this case, I have to make an exception. This is just beautiful. I don't notice much noise from the movement. I don't have much experience, but the highlight of this movement is that this watch has 68 hours power reserve, which means you can use it until Friday, leave it, put another watch, come back on Monday and put it on back, and the watch will be still ticking. It has the highest grade of this movement, which is the Soine. I don't know exactly how to pronounce. It's been running very consistently around -2, -4 seconds a day. -2, -3 seconds a day. So very good movement, great power reserve, scratch resistant, original design, and this beautiful blue dial, teal dial that with this yellow tip seconds hand can play with many different straps. We can see some examples of straps right in these pictures I'm going to show you. Now that we are back, we can talk about the loom of the watch. So the loom of this watch is also amazing. Let's see a little bit about it. Yeah, as you can see, there are two colors, BGW9 for the minutes and the hour and minutes hand and the seconds hand. And we also have this C3 printing around, which gives this greenish color. So a great combination of fun colors and a nice watch to look during the night or in dark areas. But yes, as you can see, this is a beautiful watch, very great, very good proposition with this original design, beautiful color, great materials, great movement, great Swiss movement, this comfortable strap. And well, overall, I think it's a great package. The price starts at $799. Now, let's go and summarize the pros of this watch. Let's start with the fun original look of the watch, blending designs as a purpose without compromising features. We need to also add the great finishing in general of the watch, it's impeccable. The superb specs in terms of materials and resistance, this is another of the highlights of the watch. The Loom is too one of the positives of the watch, with two different colors and very bright, lasts all the night, so that is a very pretty watch to look in the night. I like also especially the size with the 39mm and 12.9 height, including the crystal, makes it very proportionate and able to fit a wide variety of wrist sizes. We of course really need to mention the dials of this model. There are quite a variety of different dials and all of them are very beautiful. The combination of colors, textures, playing with the light, I think you can find the perfect version of watch for you. Now about the finishing of the surfaces of the watch, they are made that way that makes the dial really pop while being interesting all around, making the design of the case and the dial the central part of the watch. And of course, we need to mention the 68 hours power reserve of this movement with its high bit rate. This is very nice in this price range. Let's talk about the negatives. This is a sponsored review, but I have to be true to my principles and I will highlight negatives of the watch, and I have to admit there are not many. One of the negatives, and it's a minor thing, is that the movement has a ghost state position. Another thing I'm not really fan of are the limited editions. I personally really don't like limited editions a lot, but that's the business model of Zelos, and if you like this watch, you will be fast to score one. And I really recommend the watch. Last thing to mention is that this watch doesn't have a bracelet. And of course this is not a negative, just wanted to mention. It doesn't have a bracelet because of how the locks are done, so just be aware of it. When a company sends you a watch to review for free, you feel somehow compromised to be nicer, but that's not the way I want to make things. I want to be transparent and honest. If I see something that I don't like or that I would change, I will say so in a nice way, because that's the way I want to behave. If I hadn't liked the pictures they sent me with the email and saw that I really liked the design and how the watch looked, I wouldn't have accepted the review. But I liked what I saw. Actually, I had another occasion back some months ago of a company wanting me to make a review of their watch, but nothing in the watch really clicked with me. Therefore, I wasn't going to be able to say anything positive about the watch, so I turned away that review. But this is not the case here, as I firmly believe this particular watch is an exceptional piece, and it's challenging to really find any faults with it. I have always admired the principle of form-following function in watches, especially tool watches. My critiques often stem from scenarios where the form overly dictates or impedes the function. However, in this instance, I must commend the design where the form not only complements, but also enhances the function without obstructing it. Here we have a watch that exudes legibility and brings a smile to my face every time I see it. Its original and unique design sets it apart from any other piece in my collection. The comfort it offers, coupled with a robust power reserve and precise movement, speaks volumes about the care and thought put into these watches. Now I can say I truly understand their appeal. Well, that's all for the review. Thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure testing this watch and making this review. I'm really enjoying it. If you have any comments about the watch, please leave a comment below. I'll be glad to read about your thoughts, your opinions. Thank you again for watching, for being here, for being part of the channel, for allowing me to grow and to start with this type of reviews, and hope to see you soon in another video. Bye bye.